What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com. Here are my DFS picks for NBA Monday, November 11th. These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our new videos. In this video, I'm going to go over my top picks for today's NBA slate. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the Draft Dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made. Okay, who do we have at the shooting guard position? I like Patty Mills from the San Antonio Spurs playing the Memphis Grizzlies, who have the third worst defense overall, and they give up the 6th most fantasy points to opposing point guards. Patty Mills has averaged 19.6 fantasy points per game on the season, playing an average of 21 minutes per game. He scored 25 fantasy points last game in 18 minutes. He has an average of a 21% usage rate. He had a 31% usage rate last game. He's only going to be about 1% owned, so super low ownership. He's 4,100 DraftKings salary and 100 more on FanDuel. Projected at 20.5 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5 times value. Vegas thinks there's going to be 224.5 points scored in this game. This is a home game, a fast-paced game, and a fantastic matchup. So I like Patty Mills here versus the Memphis Grizzlies. Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching. If you want to enter the drawing for $100 PayPal, all you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won, and then we'll send you $100 PayPal. So it's that easy, and we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video. So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you. Okay, who do we have at the shooting guard position? I like D'Angelo Russell from the Golden State Warriors playing the Utah Jazz. So the matchup isn't great. I think this is going to scare a lot of people off of this play, but D'Angelo Russell is averaging 42.7 fantasy points per game on the season, playing an average of 32 minutes per game with a 32% usage rate. He scored 48 fantasy points last game in 34 minutes with a 34% usage rate. He's only going to be about 8% owned. Projected at 46.7 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5.6 times value. He's 8,300 DraftKings salary and 600 more on FanDuel. Vegas thinks there's going to be 213.5 points scored in this game. It's a home game, a fast-paced game. The matchup isn't great, but the usage and shot attempts will be there for D'Angelo Russell. So I like D'Angelo Russell here versus the Utah Jazz. Okay guys, if you're getting any value from this video, please hit that red subscribe button. We put out new fantasy basketball videos every single day. So if you hit that subscribe button and ring that bell notification, you won't miss out on any of our new fantasy basketball and fantasy football videos. Tons of free stuff coming your way. It only takes a second, and it helps us push out more fantasy content for you guys to consume each and every day. It's because of you subscribers that make this possible. So thank you for supporting this channel. Okay, let's take a look at the small forward position. I like PJ Tucker from the Houston Rockets playing the New Orleans Pelicans, who have the 2nd worst defense overall, and they give up the 7th most fantasy points to opposing small forwards. PJ Tucker has averaged 26.7 fantasy points per game on the season, playing an average of 34 minutes per game. He's only going to be about 1% owned. This guy's got 40+ point upside, projected at 21.8 fantasy points here tonight. He's going to need about 25 fantasy points to hit 5 times value. He's 5,200 DraftKings salary and 200 more on FanDuel. Vegas thinks there's going to be 243 points scored in this game, so that's a super high game, and it's one of the reasons I like this pick. It's a pretty good matchup, so I like PJ Tucker here versus the New Orleans Pelicans. Okay, who do we have at the power forward position? I like Derek Favors from the New Orleans Pelicans playing the Houston Rockets, who have the absolute worst defense overall. They give up the third most fantasy points to opposing power forwards. Derek Favors has averaged 19.1 fantasy points per game on the season, but he scored 32 fantasy points in 29 minutes last game. He's gonna be about 29% owned, projected at 29.4 fantasy points here tonight. That's 6.2 times value. He's only 4,700 DraftKings salary and 600 more on FanDuel. Vegas thinks there's going to be 243 points scored in this game, so a super high scoring game, a home game, fast-paced game, fantastic matchup. So I like Derek Favors here versus the Houston Rockets. Real quick, guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all of our DFS tools for all sports. You can try the Position Optimizer, where you can see the top players ranked for each position. And we added a new Player Trends tool, where you can see the top salary differences between FanDuel and DraftKings. It's a really good tool to help you pick out value for the site that you're playing on. Oh, and if you're tired of doing research every day, we just added a cheat sheet that shows hand-picked plays for the slate. No confusing stat lines, no headaches, just a simple cheat sheet that shows the absolute best players for your lineups. Okay, moving on to the center position. I like Montrezl Harrell from the LA Clippers playing the Toronto Raptors, who have the 12th worst defense overall, and they give up the 9th most fantasy points to opposing centers. Montrezl Harrell has averaged 34.8 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 29 minutes per game with a 24% usage rate. He's only going to be about 3% owned, projected at 30.4 fantasy points here tonight. That's 4.8 times value. He's only 6,400 DraftKings salary, and he's 1,300 more on FanDuel, so I prefer that DraftKings price. Vegas thinks there's going to be 223 points scored in this game. This is a home game, a fast-paced game, and a great matchup, so I like Montrezl Harrell here versus the Toronto Raptors. If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video, or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smiggity smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this NBA slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again, and good luck.